I'm Leanne Sherrod. I'm a speech-language pathologist and the president and chief clinical officer here at Expressible. If your toddler isn't talking yet, you might feel a bit worried. Are they behind in their development, or are they just a late bloomer? To some degree, every child develops at their own pace, so answering this question isn't always easy. However, it's important to recognize early on when a child might have a speech delay. The sooner they get the support they need, the better. To understand speech delays, it's helpful to know the general speech and language milestones to look for in babies and toddlers. To start, infant speech milestones include cooing, crying, and responding to sounds. By the time your baby is 3 months old, you may hear some simple sounds like goo and ah. By 6 months, babies usually begin to babble longer strings of consonant-vowel combinations. This might sound like ba 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 or da da da. From 12 to 24 months, toddlers usually begin to say no and start building their vocabulary. They tend to use at least 5 to 10 words regularly, like saying milk if they're thirsty. Around 2 years old, children typically start combining words to form simple 2-word phrases like more milk. By age 3, a toddler's vocabulary typically expands to 200 to 300 words. They can form short sentences of 3 to 4 words. Finally, by age 4, children can usually carry on basic conversations with both their family and people they don't know as well. They can also use some more complex sentences. So, at what age does a speech delay become a concern? Generally, if your child isn't responding to sounds or making noises by 6 to 9 months old, or they haven't said their first word by 15 months old, it makes sense to talk with their pediatrician or a speech therapist. If they're 2 years old and they aren't using 2-word phrases, that's another sign that intervention may be needed. At this age, it's a good idea to schedule an evaluation with a speech therapist. While your child might just be on their own timeline, they may also have a developmental disorder that needs professional treatment. Studies show that the earlier a child starts speech therapy, the better the outcomes. So if you're worried that your child isn't talking, it's always a good idea to talk with a speech therapist sooner rather than later. And you can schedule a free consultation call with a licensed speech therapist at our website, expressible.com. Even if you simply want to ask a few questions, we'd be happy to talk with you.